Hey there, welcome back to my channel. You're at the Thrifty Journal Shop, and my name is Amber. If you're new here, welcome. Today we're gonna make a quick journal. I don't know how quick it's gonna be, but I won't keep you here too long. I'll divide it into segments if I have to. But I have this Crayola Colored Pencil Box that I got. I got some new colored pencils, and I thought I would turn this into a journal. So I'm going to use all of it. I've got these were inside of it where the colored pencils were. So I thought I could break this down and use this as journaling cards or some kind of tags or somehow in the journal. So I'm going to show you how I make I call it my soft spine, but it's more like a flexible spine. So I thought we would do that for this journal. So the thoughts behind this journal are, I just want a journal that I can use in the morning. So I've been trying to do this every morning. In fact, I think in the summertime it'll be a lot easier because it's nicer out. In the morning, before I start my day, I want to take this journal. I thought I'm going to dedicate this journal to this, and I'm going to make my decaf cup of coffee. I'm going to go sit out on my deck, and I'm just going to journal. And it can be real simple journaling. I'm going to call this like my appreciation happy journal. I mean, it doesn't really need a name, but I thought I'm just going to write things I'm appreciative for, grateful, but more or less just anything that makes me happy. It might even just be, I might journal, I might write, I might put a sticker down, just something really simple, easy as a way to start my day. I've been trying to sit out in the morning and get the morning light for circadian rhythm and to get grounded and all of that stuff. And then it's supposed to be really good for you. So I thought, well, what better way to take my journal out with me and journal for a little bit? So I thought I would use this journal for that. And what better way to make a journal than to just use some kind of recycling packaging? So if you want to do this along with me, I'm going to show you how I make my spine. We're going to do that on camera. You don't necessarily need a colored pencil box. This could be anything. Any sort of recycled box that you have. It could be a paper bag, anything that you have on hand. I have just already cut it down. I think I'm going to keep this and maybe glue this here and use this as like a tuck spot. Okay, so first thing I want to do is I'm going to show you how I make my spine and what I use. I'm going to show you a journal first. So this is one of my cookbook journals, and this is still available in my Etsy shop. And this was my first try at using a flexible spine, soft spine. I love it. It's nice and bendable. It makes it so it lays flat. And, it's so nice to use because it's just very flexible. It's not stiff. And so what I did for this journal, or for this spine, is this is canvas paper. And you can get this anywhere. I don't want to say anywhere. I usually get it on Amazon. I don't know. You probably could find it in an art store. I don't know if you'd find it at like a big department store. But the reason why I like to use it is because it's nice and thick, and then it takes paint really well. So see, for this spine, I did some like doodling, and I did some painting, and then I put some fabric. It just gives it such a different look. I love that. So I thought today I would use the canvas paper. So this is what it looks like. This has 10 sheets. I've also used this to draw and paint with too. So if you don't have something like this, I've used wallpaper before for my spines. I just double it. You could even use a paper bag and just, double it, make it so it's sturdy. A lot of times I just use the canvas paper. For this, I just folded it. Over, and that's going to be my spine. Sometimes I'll even fold it again. Then it sometimes is a little bit more stiff. So usually just one fold is good. And a lot of times what I do is I'll, glue this together. I sew around it, and then I cover it with fabric, sew around it again. And then a lot of times if I'm gonna put it on, I'm attaching it to a hardcover. Like right here, I did a chain stitch. But I think for this journal, I am just going to use my sewing machine. Now, if you don't have a sewing machine, well, then you could do a chain stitch. Okay, so I thought what we'd do is I'd paint this a little bit today. I've already got some paints here. These, I'm going to warn you, they're not Dollar Tree paints, but they're from the dollar. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. Oops, maybe too much. So these are from the Dollar General. They were $1. So I'm not making any promises, but I thought, hey, let's just try them out. So I'm just gonna paint, just add some color. I thought because it's Crayola, I was just kind of thinking rainbow. So I just got a bunch of different colors. I'm just gonna go along the sides here. I'm not really even going to use my water here. I don't care if it gets messy. We'll see how brightly colored these are. And then I thought what I would do after I paint it and let it dry, I'll show you how I add my fabric. All right, so I'm just gonna paint here. And if you wanted to, a lot of times I like to add some circles. So what I just take is like a cap from either, it can be from the top of a paint, like an old cap from the top of a paint, or a paint bottle, or this is just a glue stick top, or any kind of circle top. Doesn't have to be circle. Just thought it gives it a nice look. I don't have to cover all of this with paint because I'm going to put some fabric on here. And a lot of times I do sort of wait to do the circles after I'm done, just because it's probably going to smear. That's okay. We are just winging it here. No perfection here. I hope you are all doing great and that you're enjoying the weather maybe. Hopefully it's spring. Spring, I think, is in the air finally. Green is kind of yucky with all those other colors. Now, green's not the best there, but yeah, some of these, you can tell that they're a little bit water-based, these paints. I know this pink one is from the Dollar Tree. And usually I get my paints at Hobby Lobby or Meijer, sometimes Walmart. A lot of times you can find them on sale too. But I thought, well, I'll give these cheapy paints a go. All right, now we're just going to add some more circles. I think that's good. I just wanted to give it some color, give it some texture, and then we'll let this dry. And then what I'm going to do is I will show you how I add fabric to it, and we will go from there. I'll be back. Okay, so while we're waiting for the spine to dry, let's work on the cover. The inside of the cover. So I have this wallpaper. I love using wallpaper inside of journals. It makes a nice base. It's pretty. Yeah, I love the versatility of wallpaper. So I already cut these down. So this is going to be the front cover, and then this is going to be the back cover. Whoops, a little paint there. It's okay. I'm not really worried about this not going all the way to the bottom because I am going to add some fabric pockets, and I've already cut those down. And actually this is going to go over here on this side. So I don't really have to have that going all the way to the bottom because I'm going to attach that and you won't even know. All right, so I am just going to use my glue stick and glue this down because I am going to go back around it with my sewing machine to attach the pockets and everything. If you don't have a sewing machine, any type of glue that you have, PVC glue, a tacky glue. I like turbo tacky glue. It doesn't bubble, at least for me, it doesn't bubble. It's nice and sturdy. It really works well on fabric and it doesn't bleed through. If you use it, you don't goop it on. And I always usually take like a nice brush and, smooth it out really well. But whatever glue of choice that you prefer. So because I'm going to use my sewing machine, I'm not really super concerned with gluing this down perfectly. I do like it to stick down. It makes it easier when I'm going to go use my sewing machine. And we might do something else with the cover. I'm not sure yet. And then what I'll do is I'll just sew all around here. And that is going to be the back cover. So that's the back of the colored pencil box. Okay. All right, just pressing that down really well. If you have a bone folder, you could use a bone folder to get that nice and creased. And then I will sew around here, and I'm probably going to sew right here and right here. And so we'll have that little, like I'll have a double tuck, I'll have a tuck spot here and a pocket. I just kind of like the look of the colored pencil box. Okay, so I'm going to go sew that. Okay, I'm back. So I added the wallpaper into the front cover and sewed around it, added a fabric pocket. I just like adding pockets to the front and back, really simple pockets, nothing fancy. That way I can tuck things into my journal that I want to work on. And then I do have this tuck spot right here. And then I just added some fabric scraps. I thought that was really pretty with all the colors there. So that is the front cover. And then here's the back cover, same thing, just sewed around it, added the fabric pocket. And then on the back here, I just sewed a bunch of different scraps of fabric. Actually really like this fabric. I found this in strips, probably about that wide at the Dollar Tree. And this is just some that I got from a thrift store. And I added some lace. So that is the back cover. And you could do anything you wanted with pockets. You don't have to add pockets. You could glue like a library card style pocket or however you want to do it. So that is the front and the back cover. And now we are going to work on putting some fabric on the spine. Okay, so it's nice and dry. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my glue stick and I'm going to glue this. Okay, I lost my microphone here, so I'm just going to do a voiceover. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just taking glue and I'm just gluing the paper together. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that over to my sewing machine and I'm going to add some fabric. Press that down really well. And if you don't have a sewing machine, just any kind of glue will work, any glue that you have. All right, and now I'm just going to go through and I'm just going to add some fabrics here. And I'm just adding texture, just adding color. Sometimes I don't even glue these down. I just sort of place them that way. I can ruffle it when I go to sew it with my sewing machine, which is what I might do with some of these. All right, so I'm going to go sew this real quick and I'll be back. Okay, and I'm back. So I just added some fabric for some color there. Just went around, sewed it all so it's all secure. Just cut off a few of these strings here. And then that's the inside. Okay, so let's see what it's gonna look like. And I did already cut some papers too. This is just some scraps of wallpaper that I've used to like lay down when I'm doing my acrylic papers. And I thought, well, what better papers to add to this journal? So I have 3 of them. I already cut those down. So I'm going to add that. So then what I do with my spine is I sort of just work it a bit because it is a little stiff. And then I'm just going to attach it. A lot of times I do somewhat measure. You know, you want to place the spine, I don't know, a half an inch, you know, on here. You want to give yourself a little bit of space. So that's what I'm going to do. A lot of times I'll glue it down and then I'll go through my sewing machine. I'm not going to do this time. Probably just going to measure, I don't know, about a half an inch, 3/4 of an inch. And then I'll do the same on the other side. And then I'll show you what it looks like, how big the spine is. So this is, if you're looking for measurements, this is about 6 inches. So what I did, I just took this, and sorry for the shadow here. We're having some light. The sun is out and it's not the best time to film. Here, let me zoom out a little bit. So this paper is, like I said, I showed you that, and it's a 9x12. So all I did here was I just folded it in half. I just folded it in half and then cut it down to the length of my box. And that's how I got the width of the spine. I didn't, like I said, I didn't really measure. That's going to probably still give me a 3-inch or so spine. So let me go sew that and then I'll show you. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, though this is going to make a really wide spine, which actually works out really well. It's a learning curve with these flexible spines and how big you want to make them or wide you want to make them, and then your signatures. So this is actually going to be, wow, this is almost a 4-inch spine. So that is actually going to be terrific because I could probably put 3 signatures in here. It's always nicer to have a bigger spine. That way, you know, you can just add extra pages. You don't have to worry about it getting too bulked up or alligator-like, which I'm not worried about it at all with this type of journal anyway, because this is just, you know, it's a cardboard box. It's my personal journal. But I do like the fact that I made that with a really big spine, so I can add lots of papers in here. I can do lots of appreciation and morning journaling and just start my day out in a good way. And I might add some photos in here and stuff.
Okay, I'm going to end the video here, but I want you to stay tuned because in the next video, I am going to show you how to attach the spine using a chain stitch. And also, I'm going to pick out some papers and decorate the journal. I hope to put that all in the next video. I just don't want these videos to be super long. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Please leave a comment down below. Like, share, subscribe, do all the things. And I hope you get outside today and do something fun. And I hope you find some time to create for yourself. Okay, I'll see you soon.